2.2.5, the Buddha said, "Monks, if in any dispute the offending monk and the reproving monk do not practice strict self-examination, it may be expected that it will conduce to protracted, bitter, contentious strife, and the monks will be unable to live at ease. But when in any dispute both the offending monk and the reproving monk do practice strict self-examination, it may be expected that it will not conduce to protracted, bitter, contentious strife, and that the monks will be able to live at ease." And how do the two parties practice strict self-examination? Herein the offending monk reflects thus: "I have fallen into some bodily offense. Now, the other monk saw some particular occasion of bodily offense into which I had fallen. Had I not so offended, he could not have seen it. Since I so offended, he saw it. Seeing it, he was annoyed. Being annoyed thereat, he gave utterance to his annoyance. Thus rebuked by him, in his annoyance I also was annoyed, and told others of my annoyance. So herein my fault overcame me, as in the case of one who has to pay duty on his goods." That is how the offending monk practices strict self-examination. And how, monks, does the reproving monk do likewise? Herein the reproving monk thus reflects: "This monk has fallen into some bodily offense. Indeed, I saw this monk so falling into offense. Had he not done so, I should not have seen him so doing. As he did so, I saw him so doing. At the sight of this, I was displeased thereat. Being displeased, I expressed my displeasure to this monk. Thus annoyed by my expression of annoyance, this monk told others of his annoyance. So herein my fault overcame me, as in the case of one who has to pay duty on his goods. That is how the reproving monk practices strict self-examination. Now, if both the offending and reproving monk do not practice strict self-examination, it may be expected that it will conduce to protracted, bitter, contentious strife, and the monks will be unable to live at ease. But if, on the contrary, they do practice strict self-examination, it may be expected that the opposite will happen. That's the end of the sutta. This sutta is more for monks, but it is equally applicable to lay people. Sometimes you find two parties quarreling, and the Buddha is saying that if we are involved in any quarrel or in any ill feeling with somebody else, we have to examine ourselves and be frank and see our faults. If we practice self-examination and admit our faults, then we can apologize, or at least even if we don't apologize, we don't make matters worse by prolonging the dispute or whatever.